Hello class. In the previous lesson, we discussed about finite and infinite loop. And we have seen that it is a finite loop if the condition is met. But there is a case where the condition does never meet. So in that case, we call it infinity loop. And when it is an infinity loop, so the program keeps loading until you forcibly shut down your computer. So in today's lesson, we are going to talk about jumping statements. What are jumping statements? Although a loop performs a set of repetitive tasks until a condition is met, sometimes it is desirable to skip some statements inside a loop or prematurely terminate the loop. In such case, the statements break, exit, and continue are used. So the jumping statements are used when you want to skip some point of the loop, or you want to exit or stop the loop, then continue with the rest of the program. So we have instructions that we use, including break, exit, and continue. Also, we have another statement called Goto. So we are going to see or to talk about those instructions in the next slide. Break statement. A break statement is used to force immediate exit from a loop or a selection statement. So the statement is normally used within if statement. So which means with a break, the loop or a selection is terminated or it is exited, and you continue with the rest of the program. Once the condition is encountered, the program flow is transferred to the next statement following the loop or selection statement. How does it work? Let's take an example. We want to write a pseudocode that will count, that will display numbers from 1 to 10, but when it reaches 5, it ends from there, then display what it has recorded, which means it is going to display 1 up to 4. So in that such case, we have to declare a variable called count or count. Then we loop from 1 to count less than 10, which means it is from 1 to 10. Then we say, if count equals to 5, then we say break. When we say break means, here we have a condition. So if this condition is true, then this instruction is going to be applied, and the break will stop from there. Then it will print what is stored in count, which means we have a variable count which stores at the initial value is 1. Now we are going to check, is 1 less than 10? Yes, 1 is less than 10. Now here we have a condition. If count equals to 5, now we say, is 1 equals to 5? No. So then go out, because the condition is false, we go out of the condition, then we print count. Count is 1. Then we have to go to the next count. Then the count now is 2. Now count is 2. Then we are going to check, is 2 less than 10? Yes. Is 2 equals to 5? No. If no, we display count, which is 2. Then we go to the next count. Then we count is now 3. Is 3 less than 10? Yes. Is 3 equals to 5? No. Now we display count. Then we go to the next count. The next count is 4. Then is 4 less than 10? Yes. Is 4 equals to 5? No. If no, we go out of if condition. Then we display 4. Then count is now equals to 5. Then is 5 less than 10? Yes. Is 5 equals to 5? Yes. If yes, we black. Then we go, because now the condition fails, then it goes outside of the loop. Then it will display 1, 2, 3, and 4. So basically the number, the 5 and the after 5 numbers are going to be ignored. So that was break statement. Now we have another jumping statement called continue. So the continue statement is used in a looping to skip. So break, stop, but continue, skip the remaining statement and the body of the loop and perform the next iteration. Like the break statement, continue statement is also used within if statements to specify the condition as below. Here we have an example. The same, we are going to check whether to display numbers from 1 to 10. 1 to 10, but the condition says if count equals to 5, continue. So which means here it's not going to end from 4, but it's going to skip 5, which means it's going to display 1, 2, 3, 4, then skips 5, goes to 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So continue will skip what the condition, when the condition becomes true, the loop will jump, then it goes to the next iteration. So I hope it is clear. We have another statement, which is Goto statement. So the Goto is a jumping statement that alters the flow of execution to a section of an algorithm to program identified by Goto ribbon. Let's take an example of an algorithm that would continue to prompt the user to enter the password until the word secret is entered as the password. So in order to make sure the user has to keep entering the value, the password, and it accepts only if the word secret is entered, we can use Goto statement. So how is it going to be used? Here we have a program. So we declare a variable, my password, as a string. It's where we will store the password. Now we put the keyword repeat again. This is a keyword or a Goto label. Now it will request the user to keep typing the password, and it's going to check, is password entered equals to secret? If true, if the keyword, the password entered is secret, then it will display a message successful login. Otherwise, it will tell the user that it is incorrect password, then send him to the repeat again. So the repeat again is this one. So which means when it comes here, it performs the next to this repeat again. So which means this is a rebel you have created, and whenever it is the condition here does not meet, it will keep sending back to this line, then continue to the following lines. So only if it will quit only if the condition here evaluates to true. So so you have to pay attention with Goto statements because it may create some inconsistency. So, and it is not advisable for when you are writing big programs or long programs. So you have to pay attention when you were using Goto statements. So note that although a Goto statement is an easy method of controlling the flow of execution, it is considered as a bad programming design practice because it can cause logical errors that may be difficult to detect, especially when you are writing complex programs. So it's very easy to implement, but it can cause some logical issues which may be hard to detect and correct. So we have another jumping statement called exit. So the exit statement may be used in algorithm design to indicate a point at which a program may terminate prematurely during the process. For example, the pseudocode below shows that once the user enters a number, the exit statement is evaluated. If exit is true, the program terminates without adding a number to the sum. Here, the exit may be used, for example, you try to enter the password 3 times. Let's say you are allowed to enter password 3 times. When you try it for the 4th time, the program closes itself. So there, the exit is used. Here we have an example. We have 2 variables, number and sum, which equals to 0, and you are requested to enter a number. Then it will check whether the number you've entered is greater than 100. If the number you've entered is greater than 100, so it will end from there, then will print the sum of the numbers you've entered, which are less than 100. So whenever you enter a number which is greater than 100, so the it will end from there. Then do calculation of the numbers you've entered, which are less than 100, which means if you enter a number greater than 100 for the first time, so the sum to be displayed will be 0. So, but if you enter, for example, 20, then it will check, is 20 greater than 100? No. If no, it will take sum equals to sum plus number, which means the sum will be equal to 0 plus 20. Then it stores 20 in sum. Then you enter another number, let's say 45. Is 45 greater than 100? No. If the 45 is not greater than 100, it will come on this line. Then it will take sum equals to sum plus number. Then sum is now, the current sum is 20 plus 45. Then sum In some we have now 60, 65. Then the user enters 125. Is 125 greater than 100? Yes. If yes, then this is the end of the program. Then it will display, it will print 60, 65. So those are the four jumping statements we have in most of programming languages, and we will see how you can implement them in programming. So there are some exercises. We have 3 exercises. Exercise number 1, you're going to write an algorithm that display numbers from 1 to 20, but skips all numbers which are divisible by 7. If any number is divisible by 7 from 1 to 20, it's going to be skipped. Number 2, we're going to write an algorithm to display even numbers from 1 to 20, but it stops on 8. So which means it's going to display numbers from 1, even numbers from 1 to 8. But the condition, the loop goes up to 20, but when it reaches on 8, it ends from there. Number 3, you are going to write an algorithm that counts numbers divisible by 4 from 1 to 30. So it's going to count the numbers which are divisible by 4, then display the total number of those numbers. For example, there are 5, there are 6, so it's only going to display the total number of all numbers divisible by 4 from 1 to 30. So this is the assignment, and you are going to submit the assignment on Google Form. Thank you. Have a great day.